Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today, we are covering Good Boy, which came out in 2025. But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. And it's going to be a wild recording because I'm sleepy and things and yeah. Okay, anyways. I forgot to grab the tea, but it's the Republic of Tea High Calf Ginger Mint Tea. Oh no, there's a cat hair in here. Oh no, ouch. It's hot.
Oh, so what else is new?
I don't want to drink it.
You know how much cat hair you probably have in your digestive system at any given point?
Oh no, she doesn't shed that often, or she doesn't shed that much. But anyways, I don't want to think about it.
Somebody's in denial.
But yeah, it's got ginger. I'm assuming it has mint. And everything, I'm sure it's got black tea because it's a high calf tea. Everything else is a mystery right now because I don't have the packaging. You can look it up in the link below, but anyways. What are you drinking, Jess?
I am still nursing the same damn cup of Twining's pure peppermint tea that just has peppermint in it. This is fine.
I just have to say, I have been so excited for us to cover this movie. And anyways, we hope you have as much fun listening as we are going to record this. So, but anyways, for our tea sippers out there, brew yourself a cup of tea and sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review.
Sorry for the yawn.
You're good. So, a good pupper went with his master to his family's rural house, and then the poor pupper senses something sinister throughout the house that puts him and his master in danger. Is it the same entity that killed the grandfather and his beloved best friend? We'll know next time on Dragon. Anyways. I am in a mood.
Okay. You feeling punchy, aren't you?
I think the coffee finally kicked in.
I think so.
It only took 4 previous recordings.
Yeah, this is fine. This is fine.
I haven't slept well in weeks. It's fine. All right, so for entertainment. Huh?
It's the stress.
Yes. Never move in a short span of time. Or ever. Just don't move. Stay put. So for entertainment, honestly, this is one of those concepts where it could have been really not well done. But no, they did it really well, between the cinematography and the scares, and I really like the perspective of how you can't really fully see the humans, because it's
it's all from the dog's perspective.
Yes, mm-hmm. I love how they did that. Anyway, so there's a few little things here and there that I kind of didn't quite jive with me, but I mean, honestly, this is probably going in the movies I'm going to watch multiple times. So I rate this a 7.75. The pupper was a good pupper.
He was a good pupper.
Yes, but they did a really good job with, I think, the chemistry between the master and the dog was... She wants the window again. Between the master and the dog, seemed like they had really good chemistry. The dog that they picked out uh did great in the role. Like you do believe that he is this like super loyal, caring, very concerned dog. Um I thought it was interesting too how they had, would you get in the window? My God. Okay. Anyways, um I do find that it was interesting that they had the history of the guy being Todd being sick. And I think, I don't know, I kind of implied or uh thought that,
Inferred.
yeah, inferred, thank you. Um that it had to do with the house based off of stuff that happens later. Um but I don't know. I could see it either way. It definitely didn't help. Um But anyway, so I think it kind of like them showing the flashbacks and like them like the dog growing up with him and stuff like that, that kind of I don't know. They did a good job in like building the relationship and showing like this is like what they've been through together. Um and yeah, but the spoops themselves, they did such a good job. And I mean, yeah, there are some that are more jump scary and in your face, but the ones that are subtle, oh. And then I also like,
I love seeing the dark shape in the background.
yes, oh, there's,
I was constantly looking around for it.
yes. And it's like whenever you see it, it's like so satisfying, but at the same time, it's also like really
Oh
freaking
no.
creepy. I know, like, and then like and then not all of them are actual scares; they're like false scares. Like the dude that was like sneaking up on the dog while he was in the forest. I hated that, but then it ended up not actually being a scare. And then they do so many good ones where like whenever the master is or Todd is first in the basement and you see the flashing of the lights, you're like, I think something's gonna pop up, but then nothing does. But then later on in the movie, when the dog looks back down in the basement and then it comes up the stairs, that was awful. I hate it. I think that ended up being Todd, but either way, it was not
It
okay.
did end up being Todd.
I jumped out of my skin when that happened.
Why you had to crawl up the stairs like that was not okay, my dude.
Yeah, I was like, why you gotta be a creeper, Todd?
Rude.
Um,
Let's go up the stairs the creepiest way possible.
mm-hmm. And then them like slowly revealing the stuff with the grandpa. Because it's like, the grandfather died in the house. And so you're like, okay. And since there's a history of people not staying at the house for a very long time, you're like, okay, what's happening to Todd, or what's happening to the grandfather is what's happening to Todd.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, it's like I feel like they did such a good job with so many things that really my only gripe, and I mean not really a gripe, but I wasn't completely satisfied with the ending. But I think it might be one of those circumstances where I just need to rewatch the movie, because it seemed like the cave and stuff, there just seemed to be maybe an extra layer that I just didn't quite understand yet with the movie. But no, they did a good job. Maybe it's because we're like naturally inclined to love and root for dogs, but it's like whenever the dog's in danger, you're just like, no, no. And you're just like, I swear to God, if they kill this dog, I'm gonna be so mad. And then they end up not, thank goodness. But anyways, that
Good boy survives.
yes. But anyways, I think it was a very interesting movie. And it also played on the fact that, dogs' senses are a little bit more keen than ours. I loved how they did the cinematography and the perspective. Yeah, they just checked pretty much like 9 out of 10 boxes for me. So, yeah.
I don't know if I'll be rewatching this one over and over again, but I do like the idea behind it. And I love how they framed most of the shots from the perspective of the dog. I feel like the editing could have been a little bit better because there were a couple of scenes where you see the treat on the floor that the dog goes for.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oopsie poopsie.
Especially one of the scenes where the dog goes under the bed. It's like clearly in frame.
Yeah. I
And,
did.
and you can see him like hoover it up as he goes under. So that was a thing that should have been caught in editing. Or when he like sees what he thinks is someone and he starts sniffing the rug and all, you can see him eating the treats off of the floor. But
Like, how many shots did you try before you landed with that one?
That's the best one, huh?
Yeah.
that was the best one. I see. But it was an interesting concept. It was fairly well done, especially for, I mean, there weren't many people in the movie itself. It was mostly the dog, and the owner was absent even for like half of it too.
Mm-hmm.
So it was interesting, but I also feel again like it's not necessarily going to be one that I reach for over and over. A lot of the atmosphere was done really, really well. This one legitimately had some creep factor to it.
Yeah, like
and a few scenes that were like, oh no. Oh, no.
it's like movies don't really get us much anymore, but this one definitely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when the hunter neighbor dude kept mentioning fox traps, oh my god, every time the dog went out, I'm like, no, 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 no. Please no. So I'm glad that the pupper is safe. It's a bummer that Bandit passed away, but it seems like he just couldn't move on because they said they never found him. It seemed like he stayed around that area and he passed away from grief and potentially exposure too, but we don't know for sure. I'm glad that there was someone else that the dog could go with. Because it seemed like the sister came to check up on the brother and took the dog with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got the impression that it was more like a family history of cancer. And that's why a lot of his family members were dying so young. It was from cancer and from a history of it, like genetically. There was a genetic factor for it. That's just the feel that I got from it.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot, because it's like I think I did catch the sense that they were trying to imply that what the dog was sensing wasn't actually supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I figured, you know, hopefully with the next watch or whatever I'd be able to, but no, I that definitely makes complete sense.
And with the blood and everything, and then going to the doctor and saying, if you'd have come to us sooner, and talking about like experimental trials and things like that, and they're like, you're too far gone. And then getting all the kinds of plants, the house plants, to try to clean the air, and sage for vibes and feng shui. Like he was moving stuff all around for good energies and stuff, which can definitely help. But I mean, you can only do so much at a certain point, and that's why I think he was saying to the dog at the end, you couldn't save me. Like it was going to happen anyway. I feel like there was slightly a supernatural aspect of it, but it was more in the sense that the dog was sensing that death was coming for him. And he was trying to figure out a way to keep it at bay, and there was just no way that he could. And so he was struggling with either he could go basically the way of Bandit and choose to go with his owner, or he could stick around. And I think his owner's last words to him of "you couldn't save me, go save yourself" kind of last words were the defining factor of Indy choosing to leave that cave area behind and leave his owner behind.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing more that he could have done.
Yeah.
He really was a good boy. He tried. He did his best. He was a good pupper that did his best.
Yeah.
So, but that's what I got from the movie. It is dark in another sense and depressing in another way. We have been watching a lot of depressing ones lately.
Yeah. Though this one,
like it.
this one like engrossed me in like a positive way though.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it
was
definitely
bittersweet for the ending for sure.
Yeah. For realism, Navi's on my lap and she's adjusting. Okay. For realism, I give it a 3.5. It just cuz like the I mean, I feel like they didn't over exaggerate the dog with how smart he was, as well as like the type of action, like, you know, him just wanting to be next to his master's side and be there with him. You know, especially whenever he's like, he doesn't know what else to do. I think that was really accurate. Also, like, you know, from Todd's perspective, I know he kind of like reveals it in the movie where, you know, he feels like his sister is just treating him like a patient rather than a brother, or at least it's kind of like being a helicopter parent in a way.
Treating him almost as an invalid.
Yeah. And so, like, him wanting to get away from that and just have, you know, spend some time to, you know, reflect or be by himself, I think is, especially if, you know, if it really was like a cancer diagnosis, like that definitely makes a lot of sense. And I could see, you know, someone's natural inclination. Now, you know, not really a part of the rating, but I do disagree with his choice to go in a rural area when he's having health issues.
I get it, because she used the word relapse, in case you relapse. So it sounds almost like he was supposed to be in remission.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he ended up coughing up blood on Indy. And that's when he was like, oh no, oh no, oh no, and went to the doctor.
Yeah, that's true. That is about it was.
So it sounds like he was recovering from some kind of operation or procedure or something, and they thought that he was going to be fine. But they weren't fully sure. Like, he wasn't out of the woods quite yet.
Yeah.
I guess. And I get a good bit of the rationale of moving out there. I mean, it's a long way from like help potentially, but it's also a lot more quiet and calm and a lot more clean, open, fresh air, which can do the body wonders, honestly. Obviously, it's not a cure-all, but it can really help in certain situations.
Well,
so
I think
getting away from the hustle and bustle and confining areas of the city, if nothing else, could help his mindset.
Yeah. Like, I don't necessarily buy into it's the air itself. I think it's more like when you're in a city and there's constant movement, it's like,
And noise.
yeah, it's like you don't
People.
really have any peace and any true decompression while, like, in the middle of nowhere, you can just have that peace.
It seems a little slower or easygoing and calmer, which again can potentially help, if nothing else, with mindset.
Yeah.
So I get it.
I realized that in the beginning of this recording, I'm like, this is gonna be so much fun, and, and then it turned
It's a sad
dark.
movie. Yeah, I was sitting here like, I don't know about that.
I know. I started off so positively, and then
Yeah.
like it's dark.
It is a good movie, and he is a very good, cute pupper. Very sweet, very loving and loyal. He's a good boy. But and he lives. He
Yeah.
lives. He survives. It's just a horrible situation that he's in. So, I don't know if I actually gave a rating. I give it a 2.5 for realism.
Again, we have the same rating.
I thought you gave it a 3.5.
Oh wait.
It,
Oh, I did give it a 3.5.
Okay,
Never mind.
yeah.
Never mind.
I give it a 2.5. It just, they didn't give us a whole lot of information to go off of. And with certain scenes that happen with like the mud that appears on the floor and all out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And there were certain aspects of it that if it's supposed to actually be about like death is coming for him and it's like an illness, like a physical actual illness that's consuming him, then there really shouldn't be any actual evidence of it happening around him.
Right.
So there were certain things that didn't quite fully make sense. The dog like running into or being pulled by the chain as well into the doghouse, and the dog choosing to rush whatever was in there and like being able to get away, like break the chain off of the doghouse and that kind of stuff. Certain things like that didn't make a whole lot of sense, but everything else did fairly well, and the effects were good. It was just a lot of unanswered questions and some slight confusion.
Well, but it makes sense though, because with it being from a dog's perspective, like they're not going to.
Yeah. A dog's not going to understand what necessarily is going on with their owner, and
now I guess from like the audience perspective, because there's the scene where like he's looking down at the phone and we can see it's the sister calling. Like they do things to kind of give you some extra information. So even if like the dog was laying down and there's like a muffled conversation about them talking about what the guy had, but maybe that might be a little bit too on the nose as far as like giving stuff away.
Yeah.
But overall, I think it is worth a watch. I feel like
it is.
It's a creative movie.
And again, with some decent creep factor.
Yes. And even though it is technically sad, it's to use that, it's bittersweet. So I mean, whenever the owner died, I was like, oh, but that was kind of like my extent. Like it's not like, oh my God, I'm gonna
kind of
cry.
bummer, but we weren't like super attached to that character. So
yeah, well, and plus
it's more
he
of
was
a bummer
not
for the
doing
dog.
well. Yeah, he was not doing well. So you're like, oh, I wouldn't be completely surprised.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it seemed like from the midway point, like, oh yeah, that seemed like it was kind of bound to happen.
Yeah. But so maybe this episode wasn't so much fun. So sorry for hyping it up so much. That's the power of positivity and caffeine, I guess. But thank you for joining us today and let us know what you thought of the movie. And if you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea, you can leave us a comment or join our Discord server. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below.
And if you'd like to support the podcast, please subscribe, like, and share our content. We also have a Teespring and a PayPal donate button if you'd like to support us monetarily. And you can find all of those sites mentioned linked below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy.
Bye.